So, hi guys, welcome back to Irish Footy Vlogs. Welcome back to a League of Ireland European show. Obviously, focusing on two teams, that's Shamrock Rovers and St Patrick's Athletic. Shamrock Rovers in the Europa League currently in the qualifying section, and St Patrick's Athletic in the Conference League qualifying section. If you haven't subscribed, by the way, please consider subscribing. You can pause the video and just give it a quick click. That would be fantastic if you could do that. First off, we'll start off with Shamrock Rovers. Their Europa League match against Celje, where they lost 1-0 away in the first leg. Now, I think they would have been disappointed enough with the performance, but not too disappointed with the result. They didn't play well in this game at all, actually, to be honest. And first of all, I say the pitch was horrendous, by the way. I don't know if anyone who's watching hasn't seen the pitch, but the pitch was horrendous. I'm not sure how many Shamrock Rovers fans actually travelled, but it really was poor. Shamrock Rovers had a couple of chances. McAniff had a chance in the game, and there was another opportunity as well, funnily enough, where the ball did bobble and the shot went over. So they had a couple of opportunities, but overall, Celje did have the better of the opportunities. They scored in the first half. Liam Poles, who at times have been a bit critical of, obviously nothing personal, but I just don't think he's covered himself in glory this season for Shamrock Rovers. And I think they miss a goalkeeper. That's my personal opinion. But he made some good saves in this game, and you could argue kept Shamrock Rovers very much in this tie. I think a 2-0 defeat would have been very difficult for them going back to Tallaght Stadium. But it's a game that 1-0 isn't too bad, but they're still going to have to perform. In the second leg of Tallaght Stadium now, they're going to have to perform. And the good thing is they played poorly and lost by a goal to nil. So good performance with a good home support at Tallaght Stadium, I think, gives them a great opportunity for me personally, for them to get through to the next round. They had, obviously, in the meantime, had a draw with Drogheda United in the league at home, which was a little bit of a lacklustre type performance. But that can often happen in between European games. And, whereas, their league campaign is very much stuttering, even though Shelbourne and Derry City are stuttering. I think that'll be the disappointing thing from a Shamrock Rovers point of view. Win this tie against Celje, and they're guaranteed Conference League football, which is fantastic. It's an extra batch of European games. There's more money and revenue for the club as well. For the second leg at Tallaght Stadium, I'd be going to this game and vlogging it, by the way. The likes of Darragh Burns is starting to come back into a bit of form. He was out injured and he came back and he was in and out, but he's coming into form now, and he could be important. They need players with a bit of creativity. In my opinion, they need Johnny Kenny in for this one as well. The likes of Dylan Watson, players of that, are going to be key. They're well capable of winning this game, and not only the game, but the tie. How do I see the second leg going? I expect a high-tempo performance from Shamrock Rovers, and I think they will beat Celje. The question is, will they beat them and force extra time? Will they beat them to go through? Could well go to extra time and all the way to penalties. But from my perspective, it's important to control the game. It's important to counter-attack when they can counter, etc. And it's important that they're tight at the back. It is very important that they're tight at the back and don't make any silly errors at the back. Now, Celje aren't a side that, we've seen them make an error at the back that cost them at home against Sparta Prague. Celje aren't on that level, to be honest, at all. So I'm going to go for it here. I think Shamrock Rovers will win the game by 2 goals to win. They'll do it in the 90 minutes normal time and go through. Now, St Patrick's Athletic played Sabah FK of Azerbaijan at Tallaght Stadium in the first leg last week too, and they put in an absolutely brilliant performance. I would say one of the best performances I've seen by a club in Europe, to be honest, in the last number of years. It really was a good performance, and 1-0 didn't do it justice. Strangely, you would have taken a 1-0 win at the start of the game and gone to Azerbaijan with a bit of confidence into the second leg. They can still do that. But by God, we're Sabah lucky to get away with a 1-0 defeat. This could have easily been 3 or 4-0, easily. They got a man sent off early enough in the second half, 52nd minute. But it wasn't a case of they got the man sent off and now Pat's ready to dominate. Pat's dominated for most of that game, even up to that point. First 10 minutes was a bit cagey from both sides. You could see it. And Sabah had a good chance where they hit Pats on the counter attack. Pats were exposed, I should say, after messing up a corner, to be honest with you. And Sabah could have taken the lead. But once that happened, maybe about 15 minutes in, Pats completely dominated for the rest of the half. A number of corners, a number of opportunities. Jake Mulroney was playing really well, particularly he switched to alternate with Elbouzedi left and right. Elbouzedi himself forced a great save from the goalkeeper. Rommel Palmer gave Pats the lead with a very good arrival into the box, following good play by Mulroney, who was on the right and swung it in. And Palmer was on hand to make it 1-0. Into the second half, and Pats completely dominated. You had that second yellow. And once again, Pats completely dominated, chance after chance after chance. They were very weak in the air. Joe Redmond had a header actually in the first half that was close, but by God was he unlucky with this particular header. Hits the inside of the post and kind of crawls along the line and doesn't go in. Another header well saved by the goalkeeper. There were a number of other opportunities for Pats, and there was a few opportunities where they were in good areas and they played the ball across 6-yard box and there was no one there to take advantage. So it's strange to say that a League of Ireland team can be disappointed with a 1-0 win at home in Europe, to be honest with you. Against a side who knocked out Maccabi Haifa in the last round. It was a really, really good performance by Pats. Like, utter domination. You don't see League of Ireland clubs against any team, let's be honest, in Europe having that kind of domination. Controlled domination. Looking good in the technical side of the game. Chris Forrester masterclass, to be honest with you, absolutely brilliant. So he was. When he plays like that, he's the best player in the league. He's everything he did, his game understanding, his tempo, knowing when to play with a higher tempo, slower tempo, decision making, weight of passing. He was truly excellent, and it was an excellent all-round performance by Pats. But he was head and shoulders. I felt Soyberg was very good. Look, you can name all the players because it was just one of those performances where it was a really good performance. So on to the second leg, where does that leave them? You feel it'll be different than Baku. They're going to come out and look to hit Pats in their home ground. It's going to be very warm, I'd imagine, as well. We're talking about possible 30 degrees. It's going to be a 5 o'clock kickoff, by the way. Although that's Irish time, so I can't remember what it is in Baku. Might be 6 or 7, but even so, it's going to be quite warm. And look, it's unlikely Pats are going to put in that kind of performance again, completely dominate. But I still feel there's an opportunity for Pats to score in this game. They're going to have to be tight at the back. They're going to score, in my opinion. Will that be enough? These guys are capable of scoring goals. We've seen that against the Israelites by scoring 3 goals in each of the legs, but they're well capable of conceding as well. And as I said, they should have conceded more against Pats in the first leg. But they will be confident. Look, I'm going to back Pats here because they were so good in the first leg. But I think they might do it the hard way. I think they might do it on penalties. I'm going to go 2-1, Sabah FK, but Pats to win it on penalties. So, look, it'd be great if both teams could go through. I'm backing them, and I'm genuinely backing them at that as well. It's not just a heart over head thing. I genuinely feel they can go through. So it'd be fantastic if both clubs could go through. Let me know what you think in the comments. What did you think? If you're a Shamrock Rovers fan, the first leg, what are your thoughts going into the second leg? And if you're a St. Patrick's Athletic fan, let me know what you thought of the first leg and what are your thoughts going into the second leg as well. Once again, please subscribe to the channel. We'll talk to you soon. Take it easy.